Hey everybody, this is Griffin McElroy for Polygon.com, here with a quick guide to show you how to take down Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, a boss that you will find in Bloodborne just after the Celestial Emissary boss fight. If you've been bummed out because you thought the last couple bosses that I've done videos for looked kind of easy, great news, this one's really hard. Ebrietas, which I'm going to pronounce differently apparently every time I say that word, hits really, really hard, has a lot of frontal attacks, and is pretty easy if you can get behind her, and that is the trick of this fight, is figuring out how to get behind her. She turns really quickly, she has lots of tentacles she can use to block your path. Here you see me just trying to sort of get between her tail, and once I have enough space between me and the front side of her body, charging up my Tonitrus and trying to get in a couple of hits on her before she gets me back in her sights. If you're in front of her, she does any number of brutal attacks. Here you can see you can down her if she takes enough damage. Make sure to capitalize on that when you can. But yeah, really the trick of this fight is trying to stay behind her. When you're in front of her, she has these long-range sweeping attacks that do a lot of damage. She will rear up and come slamming down on you. That also does a ton of damage. She can spit blood at you if you are in front of her and too far away, and that will cause frenzy, so you want to make sure that you have some sedatives on hand in your quick bar before you go into the fight. You can stock up on those at the bath and find them in the area preceding this one. There are a few drops for it there. But yeah, you can see me just sort of executing the same strategy of trying to roll and roll and roll. She turns so fast sometimes, so you'll see me just kind of give that up because I'm wasting all my stamina, and she's still hitting me with a counter swipe anyway, that I just sort of hit her in the side, in the front a couple times, and then try and roll away from her counter attack. This is her falling attack that can do a lot of damage if you don't get out of the way of it. She is vulnerable for a little bit afterwards. Here, halfway through the fight, she charges up and changes forms. After this, she starts doing this really, really devastating long-range magic attack. I say long-range, sometimes she'll use it when you're right up against her. If you see a blue light form in the sky, or you see her stand still for a while, that is her channeling that attack. And you want to start dodge rolling right away. There are 3 waves, 3 volleys of that magic attack. You can see it pretty clearly later in the video. One other thing to note, she is constantly draining your health. Here you see me almost die. She's constantly draining your health when you're up against her after she changes to her second form, so be careful of that. There she hit me with the blood bolts that caused frenzy. Here's me dodging that magic bolt attack. Those hit for a lot of damage, so you want to make sure to stay out of the way of those. And really staying close to her is going to limit the number of those blood bolts and limit the number of the magic bolts she's going to shoot at you. But yeah, you want to stay close but also avoid those attacks and just keep trying to get behind her. It's really hard to find time to use blood vials in this fight, so basically as soon as you recover from an attack, you have just enough time to use a blood vial and roll out of the way of the next attack. But yeah, this fight took me 6 or 7 tries. You may have a little bit more luck with it using a weapon with longer reach. The Tonitrus is kind of pathetic in that regard. But yeah, just keep trying to stay behind her, avoid her magic bolts, keep some sedatives on hand in case she hits you with her blood spit, and you'll get through it. Maybe, I don't know. I certainly didn't for a long time, but this was my successful run. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. This is a really tough fight, probably one of the hardest I've done so far, so keep your wits about you, and good luck.